Hellboy is a new supernatural horror movie comic book film. It is directed by Neil Marshall, but I feel like I've told you a lot of this information before. Don't worry, guys, I'm gonna delete the other video. That was a bad joke. So anybody that's clicking on this video and then they're like, this could be another joke. No, this is the actual Hellboy review. I did do a fake Hellboy review because it was just an April Fool's joke. Admittedly a bad joke, and please don't punish me for that. Please be gentle. Either way, I don't feel like regurgitating a lot of the same shit that I said in the video leading up to this one. I mean, you guys know that David Harbour plays Hellboy. The movie has Ian McShane. The movie has Mila Djokovic. You guys know the basics of the plot. Hellboy works for the BPRD, which is the Bureau for Paranormal Investigations, and then he gets recruited on a job that eventually leads him to try to take down the Blood Queen. The Blood Queen is played by Mila Djokovic, and yeah, end of the world type of stuff. Anybody who knows anything about me knows how much of a Hellboy fan I am. I love Hellboy. You guys know this. When I heard Mike Mignola was also co-writing this movie and advising on the movie, I was like, okay, that's pretty good. That's the co-creator of Hellboy. Sign me up. There are definitely several comic books and graphic novels from Hellboy that do inspire this reboot. Guess one of the things I can say about the movie is that it's got really good iconography. Like, it's got some really good sequences and moments that are scattered throughout the movie that are ripped right from the pages that I kind of go, aha! Yes, I've read that. I've seen that. It's awesome. It's got decent set design, decent makeup and costume design and stuff like that. They do a good job at bringing some of the imagination of this world to life. I'll also say that David Harbour did a pretty decent job with what he was given to work with. Couple moments of cool monster action, a couple, you know, when they aren't marred by really below average CGI. Some of them you'll be like, okay, this is kind of fun. That's the main thing that it has going for it. If you're a diehard Hellboy fan, if you've read some of these stories in the comics, you're gonna see stuff on the screen that was on the pages, and you'll be like, yes, that's awesome. And then there are moments where the movie feels like it's going in a better direction. And then, okay, let's get this over with. Let's get to the Luthors. Nobody in any review on Earth is going to be coming to you as heartbroken as I am right now, because I have to tell you guys, this movie's not that good. This movie had so much potential. I like the idea. I like the concept of some of the things in this movie, but it's just poorly executed. And a lot of times in movies, the devil is in the details. It's all about how you execute it. I wanted this movie to be good. I wished for it. I prayed for it. I saw that first trailer. I said, wow, that looks like shit. But hey, you know what? Maybe the actual movie will be close to what the filmmakers promised. I saw the actual movie and I only saw glimpses of that film that the filmmakers promised. It's scattered throughout here. If you look hard enough, you'll find it. But unfortunately, you gotta look under a pile of shit in order to see that. As well start with the dialogue for the movie. The dialogue in the movie is cheeks. It's terrible. It's atrocious. Not only poorly written, I mean, there's a lot of lines in this film that'll make you cringe. That's just the reality. It's also poorly delivered by the actors, I think because the actors know that this script is awful. It especially affects the humor in the movie. A lot of the one-liners, a lot of the jokes, just not that funny. We move beyond the script and then you get into the actual storytelling of the movie, and this is where the entire movie falls apart. The movie has no idea how to convey its story because it has so many different stories going on all at once. Every single time this movie needs to give you information and needs to tell you what's going on, it does it in an expositional flashback. Okay, whatever. I'm assuming it's not going to do that the whole movie. Guess what? It does that shit the entire movie. Every single time this movie needs to convey a shit ton of information in a very short period of time, it'll just do expositional flashbacks, and it'll just do that over and over and over and over again. It's like the writers had no idea how to give information to the audience, so they just did it in the laziest way possible. Then we get to the editing, and the editing of the movie is just, there's no other way to say it. It's cheeks. It's not just cheeks. It's cheeks dipped in acidic acid. The editing in this film is butt cheeks with poison oak on it. You ever seen an ass cheek with poison oak on it? Go ahead and Google it. Look that shit up. Go ahead. Pretty fucking bad, right? My God. It goes all over the place between characters, between stories, between locations. We go to all these different locations in this movie. It's all done in a really rushed, haphazard way. I mean, if you're not a Hellboy fan and you don't know anything about Hellboy from the comics, you might 30 minutes into this movie just look at the person next to you and go, what the fuck is going on? We get to the violence and the gore of the movie, and look, I'm a guy that likes violence. I like gore, but there needs to be a point to it. This movie, it felt like the movie was trying to be over-the-top violent just because, we're rated R. We can be over-the-top violent. We can do that shit. It's like, if you're not going to do it in a creative, stylized way, or if there's not going to be a point to it, or if you don't do it in moderation, then it just comes off as grotesque. The movie feels grotesque at times, like it's just violent for the sake of being violent. Then you get to the third act of the movie where there's a bunch of shitty-ass CGI. What happened to the other movie? I thought the filmmaker said that this thing was going to have a lower budget, that it was going to be more of a personal character study movie on Hellboy, that it wasn't going to be a big, huge, loud superhero movie. A lot of this movie feels like a big, bloated, bad CGI type of movie with really shitty editing. I was rooting for you, man. I wanted this movie. Like, it's like the longer I thought about this movie when I got out of it, I was just like, I can't defend it. I can't. As much as I respect the concepts and the ideas they were going for, it's just not a good movie. I'm not gonna quest for peace this movie, but damn, it comes close. I'm going to give this movie the rating of Kryptonite. It's my second worst rating. I didn't want to do it, but it's probably my love of Hellboy is really the only reason why I didn't shit all over it. So, guys, tell me if you like the Guillermo del Toro Hellboys. Yeah, let's not talk about this one. This one hurts too much. It's still too early for me. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.